Hey guys, I just had quite the evening. I am ready to have a dirty hippie. Hold on a minute, and I'll explain. 1 second. Okay, so up here on the main roads and any road that goes into campgrounds and stuff, you are not allowed to ride HOVs. Any four-wheelers, side-by-sides, dirt bikes, that kind of stuff. Signs are posted all over the place. It just shows like a quad with a circle around it and a line through it. So I went over to Debbie's for a little bit, and a big side-by-side came in. Get down. Sorry. Get down. Go. And she's like a vigilante. When she sees them, she ran out of her trailer, got him down. And they were looking for a young boy that was lost on a four-wheeler. So, she told me, you're not allowed to run the roads anyway, but it was okay. So we said we'd keep an eye out. And so I was leaving right after that. And I'm coming out the dirt road, come across to my campground. And I turn a corner, and on my side of the road is a green four-wheeler, and he's fishtailing on my side of the road on a curve and almost hit me head on. And behind him was a newer bike. So I turn around, and they had pulled into Debbie's campground driveway, and right there behind the kid is a sign that says no four-wheelers. And I said, are you, now the kid that was lost was on a green four-wheeler, and I said, are you the kid that they're looking for that's lost? He says, no, I'm helping them look for him. I said, well, you're not allowed to ride in this road. It's against the law. I mean, I was livid, and I'll tell you why I was so mad in a minute. And then the other kid said that he's having trouble with his bike. His RPM's only going up to 19 and blah, blah. And I said, well, can you get in first gear? He said, yeah. I said, what campground are you at? Island Lake? And they said, yeah. I said, well, get in first gear and get your bikes off this road and get back to the campground. And I was mad. So I went over to Island Lake, and I talked to the camp host there. And I told her, sorry, Owen's going to knock down my ring light here. Oh, hold on, he can't be playing with this while I'm making a video. Stop. So I told the camp host there, and she said, well, go over this site number. They have a bunch of ATVs there. So I go over there, and there was a guy there, the guy that was on the side-by-side. Owen, stop. No. And I told him what had happened. And he says, oh, no, that kid's not with us. He goes, but we found the kid that was missing, and he just went off on his own. And he doesn't even belong to anybody there. He was a neighbor kid that they brought with them. And the guy was like, yeah, he doesn't even belong to us. And I promised his mom I'd keep him safe. I said, well, thank goodness that you found him. And, he got a great talking to. And, I said, as soon as I left the driveway, I said, I wasn't even thinking about that he was lost. All I thought about was, oh my God, what if he's injured? Like, what if he went off the road and over a cliff, like the Nomadic Fanatic? He just had an incident where he was camping, and he left because a bunch of people came in. The guy was drunk. They were all drinking. And this guy went off the road, and he died. And that was just his latest video this past week. Hold on. Elliot wants to get up on the bed. All right. Now, if Owen will behave. After I left my marriage, I had gotten in a relationship with a guy, and we had my daughter Daisy. And I was happy. I was happy for like the first time in my life. We had so much fun, and we had dirt bikes. And Daisy was 3 months old, and we took the dirt bikes out to this place called Crystal Lake in Jersey. It used to be like salt mines or something. The water's just absolutely beautiful blue. And my son was 10, and he went off with Lou on the bike. And for some reason, Lou didn't put a helmet on. He always wore a helmet. And Cole told Lou to go over a jump. And Lou decided to go over the jump. And he didn't lift up. And the back of the bike came sideways, around, and hit him in the head. And cracked his skull up here. And then he hit his eye on the handlebars and cracked his orbital socket, which made his eye protrude like a golf ball just hanging out of his head. Well, Cole was at that age, from the divorce and whatnot, and at an age where he was fibbing a lot. So he comes running out of the trail, like way up from where we're parked. I was with my daughter Dale, I think she was 15, and he's like, lose hurt, lose hurt. And I'm thinking, no, he's not, no, he's not. But then I'm like, wait a minute, I don't hear the bike. Maybe he's telling the truth. So Dale and I get in my Jeep and we go up there and find Lou stumbling. And I get up to him, his eyes hanging and he's bloody and he had kind of like long hair and his hair was all burnt from the muffler. And so I get him to lay down in the woods, on the side of the woods, and I'm holding my 3-month-old baby. And he's all busted up and bloody. And all he wants to do is go in the water because he's hot. He's going into shock. And I told Dale, get in my Jeep. And we came in. Back then, all we had was pagers. We didn't have cell phones. So there was some jet skiers. I said, go down there, knock it off, and tell them to go call, the ambulance. So what do these guys do? They come all the way, like a 15-minute ride, all the way back to see what Lou looks like. God, I was mad. So I just remember just sitting there with his busted up, bloody head on my lap, holding our baby, thinking, my God, my life's over. I'm finally happy for the first time, and my life's over. Well, the ambulance came, and he was too busted up to go out because it's the trail, and then he had to go through the woods, and it was just too dangerous to take him out in an ambulance. So the helicopter came, so they airlifted him to the hospital. And when we get to the hospital, first we had to get the bikes on the trailer and then go drop the bikes off, and I dropped my son off at his dad's house, and we get to the hospital, and the nurse takes us into that room, that what the chapel room, like. I'm like, oh my God, he's dead. Oh my God, what are they gonna tell me? Well, they had him up. They did a CAT scan or whatever of his head and told us that he had two closed head injuries, 2 cracks in his skull, busted his collarbone, and his eye. They're worried about his eye, and so, but he was okay. He's alive, and he was in head trauma for about a week, and we had to teach him to eat and to walk again, and he smoked, so that got him out of bed, and that got him up to get outside down the steps. So it was like physical therapy for him to go have a cigarette. It's like the only time I didn't mind him smoking, because he refused to go to physical therapy. But 4 years later, he turned into a man I didn't know. And by that time, we had our twins. And my pediatrician had given me a book to read on closed head injuries. And it was like reading the book about him. Sorry, I'm in my work shirt, and it's so big. They're men's, and it's just... Anyway. It was reading about him. It's like they stop loving their family. They start acting like people that you don't know. I didn't know them. So I decided to leave. I left when the kids were 3 and 4. And now they're 25 and 24. And he doesn't remember his children. And it's the saddest thing in the world. He wasn't the best partner, but he was fun. And he loved his kids. He absolutely loved his children. And it just breaks my heart that they don't know him. I tried to go back and see him all the time, bring the kids down. We were in Virginia, and I went up to Maryland. And first I went back to Jersey, and I went to Maryland, and it just didn't work out, and now he doesn't even know them. And this is all because he went off on I guess they're not ATVs, but a dirt bike. Is that considered an ATV, all-terrain vehicle? I don't know. But the point is that he went out without a helmet, and he was a grown man, and he knew better. And he just wasn't thinking, just like this kid, fooling around the road, on a main road with cars. And he even said to me, oh, I thought I could ride my quad on this road because there was cars on it. Well, there's cars on it because it's a main road for cars. But you don't ride on a main road, even if you're allowed to, like a fool. Especially doing what he was doing on the wrong side of the road on a curve. And I just, this accident just flooded my memory as soon as I turned that corner and saw him on my side of the road. And now all those memories have come back, and they're just flooding into my head. And that's all I'm going to think about probably for days. And my son, who went off on the bike with his stepdad, to this day, he'll be 35 Saturday. And he was 10. He blames himself. I'm like, Cole, that's not your fault. He was a grown man. He knew better. And why he chose not to put a helmet on that day is beyond me. We'll never know. He probably doesn't know. But it wasn't his fault. He says, well, Daisy, Quinn, and Austin have grown up without a dad now. And he was a good stepdad to him. And it's not his fault. So if you're out there on one of these machines, know the laws, know the rules, and know how to ride it. There's a time and place to, do some donuts and shit, but stay off the goddamn road. Accidents happen, and they happen in a split second, and it destroys lives. Even if these people don't die, it destroys lives. Not just theirs, but all the people around them. All right, that's all I need to say about that. I'm going to finish my beer. Hold on a minute. And I'm going to eat some Beyond Jerky. This stuff's pretty good. All right, guys. Let's see if my remote works. Guys, again, I haven't said it in quite a while. Thank you all for watching, and thank you for commenting. I really appreciate all of you. I haven't even had 2 sips of beer yet. I appreciate each and every one of you for watching and taking the time. And I hope you all have a good night.